Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Allison Cruz, and from the hallowed but wet grounds of Mount Coronet in the middle of a massive mass outbreak, I'd like to welcome you back to Pokemon Legends Arceus. There's one thing I'd like to do before meeting off with the Volo off in the Celestica ruins, and that's to head over here because there just so happens to be a Decidueye, and God knows I need a few more of these, so let's go ahead and just, ooh, you already saw my ass, didn't you? How did you do that? That was impressive, sir. Okay, well, oof, run away like a maverick, if you will. So I did take a minute and just kind of look over some of the Pokemon that appeared here, and I decided, not really worth it, especially if, you know, none of them are going to be shiny. But of course, as I was warming up my vocals for this new recording session, I went ahead and found myself a shiny Magikarp. And that was fun too. So let's go ahead and just make our way back up to the summit camp, and Volo's actually got some business not far from here, so let's go mull ourselves over because there is a surprise Stunky outbreak. Yeah, interesting. Please don't cast explosion all over me, and also someone's fanny pack is here. Did you have something to do with this, Volo? Well, fortunately we don't need to go far for this cutscene at all.
Have a look at this pile of rubble. Isn't it magnificent? It's not quite the biggest, but it speaks to me.
Yeah, so far from the statues of Dialga and Palkia is this one statue, or at least what's left of it.
Do you know what it is?
It's kind of hard to tell when 90% of it is gone, my friend.
You're the greatest wielder of Pokemon this land knows.
The one who could even bring low Dialga and Palkia, but certain things are beyond even my grasp. Yeah, you're telling me. Well, this crumbling statue once was the figure of a Pokemon that was equal to both Dialga and Palkia, yet banished from our world. The great Giratina.
It was banished for its violence, left to dwell in a world on the reverse side of our own, but the budget Game Freak allocated for this game could not enhance that experience for everyone here, so unfortunately, we're not going to get any trippy visuals.
But Giratina is going to challenge almighty Arceus. Where do you think it might appear? Gee, I wonder. Probably the Temple of Sinnoh, right?
Exactly, where one is closer to the heavens than any other place in Hisui.
Yep, and also where the space-time rift first opened. Oh.
I can feel it. We're getting closer to uncovering the secrets of this world. Excitement is loosening my lips more than it should.
Yeah, he's getting very excited about that. Well, couldn't help but wonder why life was so unfair when he was younger.
Why I was cursed to live through such things.
Oh, he was just a sweet, soft little boy. Oh.
Eventually, I chose to direct all of my energy into my own natural curiosity and ambition.
Sure you did.
And what tickled my curiosity more strongly than anything were the mysteries to be found in legends, in history, and ruins.
So, yeah, he basically just surrounded himself in all the lore. And that was his comfort food, so, yeah.
Now, if we can find the realm that exists on the reverse side of our world,
and meet the creator's unwanted child banished therein. Yeah, you want to unleash Giratina, don't you? Alright. Well, so long as you do it with that much gusto and confidence. But yeah, let's make for the Temple of Sinnoh at once. Dialga and Palkia appeared from there, so if these plates can call anything at all, it seems like that's where it happened. Again, a bit of conjecture, but sure, I'll allow it. Just this once. So we are not gonna mess around and waste any more time. We are heading straight there, so make sure you have a lot of max revives. Oh my god, Alpha Luxray. Please, really? And just a lot of Pokemon that can tank hits and can be special walls and all that good stuff, because yeah, max revives, max potions are going to be your best friend for this next upcoming altercation. I'll just say that much right now. This is like a weird leap in difficulty, and I was very annoying the last time I tried to do this, so I'm hoping that I'm coming in with a little bit more confidence. My Pokemon are a fair bit stronger, and what I think is encouraged from a lot of guides is to use the legendary Pokemon that we've caught so far. So for example, Heatran and Cresselia and Dialga and Palkia, and just use them all for this fight, because I guess if you are not confident in your own team, then you might not be the best fit for this. But as we proceed forward, Volo awaits. And I think, just as a precautionary measure, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick save. Just in case I mess things up, you know. Here we go. This is a menacing camera scroll.
The temple lies in ruins now. Columns cracked and broken like pillars now turned into spears stabbing into the heavens.
Well, I detect a distinct lack of Giratina. What makes you say that, my friend?
Is something bothering you? I do beg your pardon. I suppose I must seem to be behaving strangely.
Yeah, you're telling me. Well, if it wasn't made exactly clear until now. Ever since he became convinced that Arceus really did exist, there's been one question consuming his thoughts. How can he meet it? It was an attempt to answer this question that I originally sought out Giratina and had to tear open that rift in space and time. After all, Giratina wished to stand against Arceus, but that didn't do the trick.
So then I had you gather the fragments of the all-encompassing deity,
just as the murals of the ruins detected. 18 plates said to be the fragments of the all-encompassing deity, and I now hold 17 of them, so where's the last one?
Why, it's right here. Made you look.
Oh no. That's right, Volo is actually an insane anime villain. And now that we've brought them all in one place, he intends on stealing them for us because his desire to the almighty Arceus cannot be contained any longer. He needs to know what it is, he must know what it is. And for that, he will challenge a small child to a battle, not of physical wits and powers, but instead between our overpowered Pokemon. Yeah, he wants to create a new, better world. Volo! Man, this villain arc really came out of nowhere.
Of course, if I create a brand new world, then that Hisui region we currently exist in will be undone
and return to nothing. This guy is a dick. And for all intents and purposes, ladies and gentlemen, I think Volo has one of the best battle themes of all time. So without further ado, I present the battle against Volo himself without commentary. Ah, that theme is so good.
I've devoted myself to Arceus beyond any other. I worshipped it as the creator of our entire world. I bent all of my passion and interest to its study. All the time I've spent poring over the legends, everything I've done. It's almost as if you were spat out of the space-time rift just to get in my way. No, this isn't finished yet. Can't you feel it? That chill creeping through your veins, the eldritch presence icing your heart.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to take on the Master of Disaster, Giratina itself. Now, it is filled with a terrible might, and this ghost dragon type legendary is nothing to scoff at, especially with that move, which completely obscures it. So what we're gonna do is stick to the tried and true Kazumasa formula of dark pulsing this thing until it's dead. And keep in mind, your Pokemon stats will be exactly the same as they were when you finish the battle with Volo. So with Dark Pulse, okay. So it could be a little better. Oh, you know, Aura Sphere. Why did I not remember that? All right, well, let's try one more Dark Pulse since you're still obscured. And if I'm lucky, oh no, right on the skin of its teeth, man. All right, no longer obscured. It's fine by me. Let's go ahead and just do a quick heal up real fast. And yeah, so Giratina you cannot catch right now, but this thing is kind of annoying if you get too obscured all the time. So let's go and do a light spin on that, and Giratina is done. Ha ha ha. Curse you, ranges. But as you guessed, it's not over, and oh, I love that. Oh, it's so good. All right, Kazumasa may fall, but that is a risk I am willing to take. So let's go with an Ice Beam and hope we can get something a little frostbitten here, even though we're not getting the stab. And nothing. All right. Well, I will let you fall, and maybe you'll use a different move that's not Aura Sphere, you know. I was considering using Zori for this, mostly because of the ghost moves, but I'd also get wrecked by that as well. So let's stick Togi back out and finish this thing off once and for all. I might throw up a max revive so that we don't lose the experience for this, for Kazumasa. Not that he particularly needs it, but you know, we don't want anyone just kind of missing out here. So Shadow Force is a really cool move because, oh, that is so satisfying. The obscuring part is really what bothers me. So again, we'll go with the max revive here, and maybe I don't know if Zori would be able to take it, but let's pray that something makes it through. Come on, there we go. Moonblast knows what to do. Oh, again. Damn, dude. Okay, that's fine. Now, the question is, if I switch back, will I get wrecked? Will the game read my inputs? Let's see it. Kazumasa, this one's yours. I've been training all these past 50-something episodes, and it's all come down to this. Dark Pulse. Let's finish it off.
Turning tail and running from this puny human? Pathetic. I was the one to feed you the power you needed so that you could take on Arceus. I was the one who gave you the chance to claw open that space-time rift, driving the deity of space and the deity of time mad, so you could drag the creator out from hiding. How could this happen, almighty Arceus? If you have any heart within you, tell me. The blood of the ancient Sinnoh people flows in my veins, does it not? What is it then that you find so lacking? Do you mean to tell me this world doesn't need to be remade? I can't live with such questions. I can't bear. I'm not satisfying this ache to know. Volo, don't jump. Wait, have I had any dreams that propel you? That propel me? Can't say. You don't even know. And perhaps the day will come when you will suffer and agonize as I do now. Ah, boy. In the end, he was alone, but not me. I'll fight together with my Pokemon to seize whatever dreams I may or may not have. Here, take it. The plate that started him on this path, the one he received from Giratina. Volo's journey is over, and his story ended when he lost to me. So that's it. The Azure Flute. It comes to you. So Arceus wishes to meet you of all people. You had to be the one, so why were you brought to this world? I have no desire to watch from the sidelines as Arceus comes to you. Really? Okay. Well, I guess it really wasn't so much of a dream for you if that's the case. Someday I'll solve every riddle in the legends of Hisui's Pokémon, and on that day I'll stand before Arceus at last. No, I will conquer it. No matter how many years, how many decades, how many centuries it takes. And with that, the final main mission is now made available to us, the Deified Pokemon. Seek out all the Pokemon there are to meet, then play your flute upon the dais of the Temple of Sinnoh. And once we do that, we will be fine. Keep in mind, your research level does not matter for that. All you have to do is catch the Pokemon, and there are 300 and I believe 38 that you will need in order to encounter Arceus. The only ones you don't need out of the available 242 are Manaphy, Fion, Shaman, and Darkrai, two of which you need extra games and their save files in order to get, but for the most part, we're almost there. There are only 4 more Pokemon we need to undertake, including Giratina, which is at the Turnback Cave. So, yeah, this has been quite the adventure, if you ask me. Let's head back to camp and meet up with Laventon. Keep in mind, are we still getting rain sounds? That was weird. I thought we were at the Temple of Sinnoh, but maybe not. That is the last of Volo you will ever see in this game. There's, as far as I know, no way to rematch him or go back and speak to him on any other matters. He just disappears for the rest of the game, and that's the end of his arc. So I'm hoping DLC in some way kind of, you know, gives us an idea of what happens there, but let's get the freaking heck out of here. I am done. That battle was something to behold, my friends. And I'll meet you guys back over in Jubilife Village and see if we get anything new there. Right? What do you know? A cutscene. Oh, hey there, Mr. Cruz. I heard there's a massive mass outbreak out there, so be safe. No, there's a huge shadow in the Cobalt Coastlands, and then it just vanished without a trace. Think it was a cloud, or Mr. Cruz, my boy, you went to the Temple of Sinnoh with Volo, correct? What happened? Oh yeah, I should probably fill you in. I don't know why I waited until we got back here, but that's fine. I
I see. In that case, the shadow in the Cobalt Coastlands may be none other than Giratina, the Pokemon said to have once been banished to the reverse side of our world. They really do love just regurgitating the same text. So this does indeed call for a survey. The Cobalt Coastlands are pretty vast. I hope you have some idea where to look. Damn right I do. So request number 91 on the trail of Giratina. But as I think there is one thing we can do over here, and as much as I'd like to return to the Cobalt Coastlands, we'll probably end up finishing things off in the next episode, including taking on, you know, the final legendary and all that. But there's quite a few left we need to find out in the world. So first and foremost, Silene requires our presence. All right, well, thank you. Also, Beautifred or Beauregard just flapping its wings there. So, you came. Well, of course I did. Didn't have much of a choice. Are you aware of why we named ourselves the Galaxy Expedition Team? Well, not really, actually. As I expected. Allow me to explain. I'm quite fond of likening things to stars. Such is how I described the intellect and abilities of Silene and the others to our patrons. When explaining our plan to move to Hisui, I told them our members were as bright as shining stars. Hearing this, one of our patrons said to him, "I see you have yourself a veritable galaxy then." Was that you, Silene? Did you say that? Well, the commander then said he would name us the Galaxy Expedition Team. That's not quite how I remember it, Silene, although I also thought it was a fine name. Alas, the name will not live on forever. Once life here in the region settles down, the role of the Galaxy Team will end. And once we're no longer needed, it is only natural that our team will be disbanded. That's a little depressing. Are you gonna be okay? The important thing is that people learn to live in harmony with Pokemon in this vast land. Also, learn when to quit while you're ahead, not drag it out for 5 or 6 more seasons without the main character. Well, I promise you, I will pass down the name of our team and tales of its accomplishments to all my descendants. I see. I suppose that does sound like something you do, Silene. Wow, that seemed kind of like a backhanded compliment. Forgiving me for taking so much of your time. Please accept this as a sort of apology. With that, a comet shard. I will cherish it forever, and then I'll sell it for money. Despite having fallen from the sky into this land, you have not once hesitated to help us, and for that, I thought you deserved to know the story behind our name. I have high hopes for your continued efforts to help the people and Pokemon of Hisui. Awesome. Thanks for that. That was kind of a cute little scene. But let's head inside because I do think that once we defeat Volo, Mistress Kogita will be here to greet us. Yes, grant us the accolades we oh so deserve. I've just been told of the foul plan Volo had concocted. Yeah, we kind of let him in all of our little secrets. Good for him for keeping that secret until the very end. Just another tale of passion burning too bright and consuming its bearer. That is what happens if you allow it to. Well, as it stands, are you making progress with your, what do you call this study of Pokemon? Surveying? Sounds kind of silly. It's been better. I mean, I kind of finished everything I needed to about 40 hours ago. Indeed. Well, Hisui still holds more fascinating Pokemon. Not that many of them, but she's gonna tell us about Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus. And again, we have to listen to all of these tales in order to get these requests. So in every direction it flies, it stirs up tremendous storms as it goes. So only when there is a blizzard in the Icelands, Tornadus can be found. Now, as for Thundurus, as it flies around, it fires bolts of lightning every which way. And when there is a thunder rainstorm in the Cobalt Coastlands, that's when we can find Thundurus. And there's a very specific difference because blizzards and storms are slightly different in that way. Meanwhile, Landorus, the Pokemon hailed as the guardian of the fields. It seems it can be glimpsed in the obsidian fieldlands. Perhaps you'd be so good as to catch it? All right, well, I'm done. Thanks. There's also one more you're missing, but we'll get into that a little later. So now that we defeated Volo, these 3 will now appear when there's very specific weather conditions in each of those areas. So we will have to get into battles with them, and we will have to whittle them down and then catch them and also fill out their research tasks. So once we're done with that, we can go and speak with her. So the incarnate forces of Hisui await us. And this is mostly going to be a more time-consuming task as opposed to some of the other things we've been doing lately, so I'm not too worried, but we're already done with all of that, and I will continue carrying on the good fight. Don't worry about me. Also, I'm curious. Let me see. What do you got for me, Baggins? All right, 80,000. You know, I'm actually good. I think the most I've ever got him to sell me a single slot in my satchel, I believe, is 250,000. So if that's not the last one, I don't even know what to tell you, what to say, but it is interesting. You don't have anything new for us, do you? I don't know why I bother, because I haven't caught anything. Okay, now I'm curious, do you have anything new for us? No, you don't have Giratina anything. That's fine. Well, let's go ahead and make our way out to the Cobalt Coastlands. I can maybe find myself another spicy chimp. But what do you want me to go over there for? I'm going to Cobalt Coastlands, man. We'll start at the beachside camp. It might actually be faster to go from here because I can at least scale the walls and all that good stuff. But I do think that maybe we may have been slightly over our heads, but we'll see. I'll just go ahead and fly over here, and don't worry, we're almost done. I did want to potentially try to catch Giratina in this part, but again, that is a Pokemon that just doesn't like to stay in its ball no matter what you do to it. So I might even just try to, like, I don't even know, burn it so that we can have a slight chance of, you know, getting it in a reasonable amount of time, or I could just throw like a Hail Mary ball at it, you know? But we're going to return all the way back over here to the turnback sort of cave, and it's going to be a little interesting heading inside. And why it's here, I have no idea. But as we approach, I take a drink. Yes, I love that theme intro so much. It is incredibly satisfying. Now, Zori up against the Giratina might not have been the greatest opportunity for damage here, but I do have Bitter Malice, so let's hope we can at least get some sort of status on this guy right here. Giratina, me and you, we got beef. I don't forgive you for making me fight you 2 times in a row, and you got Frostbit. What do you know? Okay, Dragon Claw, really? Interesting. All right, well, I'm a little worried about trying that again, honestly, because I feel like if I miss my next ball, I probably won't have a good chance at doing anything. So I'm gonna, would Flamethrower get rid of the Frostbite? Because I feel like it would. Let's go with Extra Sensory, and hope we can maybe just whittle it down just a spell. There you go. A little Psychic Blast there for you. And let's go ahead and give the Gigaton Ball a try. Why not? Take it, you fiend. You know it to be true. Come on, let it be. Yes. All right, talk about adding insult to injury. Holy God, Zoroark, the beast. I knew I did good picking you. But of course he found something shiny where Giratina was, and no, it wasn't every ounce of self-respect it once had. It is a Griseous core, a large glowing gem that wells with power, and once used on Giratina, will allow it to change form. Wow. All right, well that was much better than I expected it to be, so let's go ahead and get the heck out of here, back to the beachside camp, and speak to old Professor Laventon. Although, it stopped storming, of course it did. Well, shoot, I wanted to take on Thundurus maybe if we had a little bit of extra time, but no big deal. We'll just talk to Laventon, and we'll just condense all of that until the next part. But Yeah, Volo eventually returned 5 minutes after you defeated him. Told me about what happened at the temple, and he said that Giratina, it chose to protect the land of Hisui after discovering it was no match for you. He said we should study it and add it to the Pokédex. All right, well, he wandered off after that, saying this is probably the last time we would meet. See, this writing off of Volo is so lazy and sloppy that it's almost insulting to me. He's far more invested in our completion of the Pokédex than he would have us know. No, he's not. He wanted to take over the world and destroy all of us. He literally wanted, he wished death upon every single one of us. That's something else. Mate, what are you doing here? Why do you show up when there's no outbreak? Oh, okay. Well, at least we have the majestic tunes of Subnautica to ease us into the end. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ellison. I'll see you here next time for the finale of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Take care, and I'll see you next time.